Sims, let's go. No, I'm good, but I bet you wish that I would have a one night. Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're watching the GSL Talk Show. Tonight, we're going to be chatting with Miss Sue Pat. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the GSL Talk Show. I'm here with Miss Sue Pat. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. And yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for coming to visit us as well. Welcome to the GSL Talk Show.
Thank you.
So, Miss Sue, tell us where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
I am actually based in Bay Area, California, but I was born in India. But I have been in the US way longer than I have been in India. I'm stuck with my Indian accent. But hey, I'm enjoying my journey. I'm loving to be in the US. Yeah.
Mm,
This is my home now. Yeah.
yeah, well, welcome home. That's awesome. I often say, man, I would love to get overseas and travel and see a little bit more, and things of that nature. Do you get to go back and forth, or you just kind
Oh
of?
yeah, we go back and forth, and we love to travel. My husband and I both are Pisces, so we love to travel, and we love. See, God has created so many cultures and unique places. So
Mm,
just want to go and explore. Yeah, yeah. We go to our own country also. Yeah, quite regularly, I can say, but we love to travel other places, especially Europe. We love Europe.
mm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to get over there to Europe. I want to go to Italy for some reason. I don't know if it's just like the food or the places always look just beautiful in the
Oh,
videos and pictures.
Italy is lovely. Italy is lovely, and especially Rome. Even if you stay there for 1 month, still there will be lot to explore. You just won't believe how much stuff is there. God, it's really amazing. And even other cities like Florence, it looks so small, but there you can easily spend 1 week and still you won't explore everything. I
Wow.
can just go on and on. You will enjoy. You will thoroughly enjoy.
Well, one day, man, one day I'm gonna have to get. I got my passport, so I'm good there. So now that's one step closer, one step closer to getting overseas. Well, so you said you've been here in the States. Now you're in California, things of that nature. And you said you grew up here, right?
I grew up in India. I got married and I came to the US. Yeah,
Oh,
I was planning to come to the US for my further studies, but that time my parents said, "Oh, you cannot go just a single girl to some other country. You can get married and go there." So then, yeah, I got married and I came here. My husband was here already. So then, yeah, the transition was quite easy. It was nothing was hard. Only thing I changed my major. I was doing pharmacology back home in India, and I wanted to do PhD in pharmacology, but then I didn't get admission into the nearby schools. And my husband said he cannot go to the places where I got admission because he's very specialized niche into his industry. He said I can get job only in Silicon Valley. I cannot go anywhere else. I said okay. And since we're newly married, I just didn't want to be totally separated, and because PhD and all, it takes long time, like 5 6 years. I said there is no point. We are married, and why should I move away from him? So then I just changed my major. So I got into computer science because everybody was getting into computer science, but I really didn't regret about that because after that, most of the work, whatever I did, that was related to computer science. Of course, I didn't um, use whatever I learned in the school because technology keeps on changing, but I really liked it because it gave me foundation And my current business also, it's based on totally on technology, computer business. But for anything, for business, I think the most important thing needed is like a mindset and spiritual foundation and all. And I think you take any business, either brick and mortar or digital or anything, I think those are the common threads for any business. So that is what I would say.
Mm. I mean, I know we got to get into the business conversation because I mean that's part of why you're here, and we'd love to hear more about that. But I feel like there's like a little bit of a story when you say that your husband was here, but then you were in India, but you were able to
Oh,
come. Like, look, what's
oh, if you
going on
want to know the
there?
story, I have very interesting story, very very interesting story. First
Yeah.
of all, mm, ours is a arranged marriage, and people have like a wrong notion about arranged marriage. It's not like that married my parents or his parents forced us to get married, but our parents, they act like dating agents.
Mm,
So they basically study the families. So it's like a one family getting married to other family, and they
mm,
study everything. And after that, if they feel that boy and girl, they are a match, then they introduce each other. So that is how we got introduced. And we got introduced, and I think before we got married, I think we met just couple of times, and that too, I think just two of us. I think we met maybe like, yeah, a couple of times, and rest of the time, whenever we saw each other, it was like always the family around us and all. So I hardly knew him. I clearly didn't know him. And during the wedding, and my cousins came and said, "You are not blushing." I said, "I really don't know him. I really have no feelings as such. The only thing I knew that he's a good human being, and my life with him will be really nice." Because many times people say that, oh, they need the test of time for dating. And but in our case, in the first meeting, I knew that I was going to marry him because I really felt nice in his company. Because most of the people, especially the guys who were in the US, and when they came back to India, they had chip on their shoulder.
mm,
And my husband didn't have that. He was totally down to earth. He was really nice as a human being, and I like that. And I just, yeah, I got married to him. And then he wanted to come back here, and that time his project was changed. So he said, "I don't have apartment set in the US. I will have to go and stay in the guest house of the company." And those guest houses are generally not that good. So
mm,
you I'll get apartment, and then you come. And then my parents really got scared. They thought he already has someone over here. That's why
mm-mm.
he's not taking me to the
Oh,
US.
no.
So my parents said, "No, no, 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 you got visa, you have to go with him." So I was doing my PhD, and I couldn't finish it because my parents said, "You have to go with him." So they forced me. I came here. He didn't have anything. I knew me as a human being. He's good. I don't think he. But my parents were scared because it's totally unknown. Means we didn't know each other, or even our families, we didn't know from each other at all. So my parents, they had heard all these stories that these guys from US, they come to India and they just marry because they get money to get married. And because the girls parents, they give money and all. That's the dowry system and all. It's going away. Means he never asked us anything, but parents give us anything in anyway. And then they already have someone over here, and then it's something, all the stories they had heard. So my parents had that fear. But and so
Mm,
that's why I came here. Then I came here, and then I wanted to go for the school. And so yeah, I couldn't get into admission. Then I got into computer science. And yeah, I finished my computer science, and yeah, got into the technology field. I loved it because it was double income, no kids. And life over here is way comfortable than in India. So overall, I was really, really enjoying. I was not at all thinking of any business because I had a really bad impression about business.
mm,
My distant family people, they had traditional businesses in India, and I saw them doing lots of unethical things. And they had affairs, and they it was a really messed up area. So I thought I will
mm,
never get into business world. So I was totally against. So even when I got alliances to get married, I always rejected someone in business. No, I don't want to marry that guy, because I always thought that, and they have a lot of money and they do wrong things and all. And
Yes.
but as a teenager, or even in my early 20s, I knew that I had lots of questions, and I was really pursuing answers, and nobody could give me. And many times when people are confused at that age, kids are confused at that age, they have two options: either they go for drugs or they choose something else. But I'm thankful that I didn't choose drugs. Instead of that, I chose spirituality. So I
Mm.
got into spirituality, and I kept on asking whatever questions I had, and I got answers from there. I really felt every time I read any spiritual scripture or any spiritual talk, I always felt good, and I went on going back again and again. That was not at all fashionable when, as a teenager, it was not at all fashionable, but I did it because I enjoyed it. And so then, when my first daughter was born, that time actually I really didn't want to go to work, because I didn't want to leave her to her daycare and go to work, because then I said, this is not the point, just leaving her to daycare and go to work and make money. So then I wanted to do something from home, and from that point on I started doing something from home. I had various businesses. Some went on really good, some didn't go that good, but still, that was a good learning experience. And I got into business because that time working from home was not that prominent. And I have been into spirituality for so long that I realized that it is not the money is bad, it is basically who has that money. That person's character is amplified because of money. So
Mm.
if you are good and if you have money, you will do good things. And if you are bad, yeah, means, for example, I know the story. Jeff Bezos' first wife, when after getting divorced, she got a huge share from Amazon, but
Mm.
she has, I think, donated at least 90% of that to charities.
Mm.
So means it's not like that money is bad. I don't know what Jeff is doing, but I know his ex-wife. She's means really amazing. These stories don't come into social media. Okay, you won't hear it, but means these are really positive stories. I think these should be more focused and told to people. But generally, these stories are not into mainstream. But I'm just telling you that. Having money, it is a good thing, because then you are becoming a giver, because depending on your character. And God is a giver, and I think that is the shortcut to going closer to God, because then you are emulating whatever qualities God has. So I
Mm.
started realizing everything. Money is not bad, money is neutral. Then finally, the rewards you are getting, because number of people you help, depending on that you are getting compensated, and
Mm.
there is a energy exchange. So there is a win-win situation in every transaction is happening. So I my mentality was changing, because then I say, okay, me, if I help more people, I make more money, and still I can be home. And help my family, because by then we had bought a house, so there was a mortgage and all. So I just couldn't quit my job just like that and raise family. So I wanted some sizable income coming, so that I can replace my salary and stay home. So I
Mm.
had lots of side hustles. I had a placement firm. I placed people for jobs. I had a computer consulting, and I also, it's a, yeah, network marketing. I got into network marketing, but their training was amazing, and that's where I first actually deeply studied Bible, because their training was totally based on Bible principles. And so first time I went, I thought it is a Bible study school or something like that. But then they showed how the Bible principles you can totally apply for your business, and how you can become a better human being, and how you can be more productive. Means simple things like power of spoken word. So you get what you speak, because
Mm.
that is the message you are giving to the universe, and universe gives you back. And so all these things actually, all these principles I learned from there. And then I got into lots of actually studies. I studied lots of religions, because spirituality was my main point. And many times people confuse spirituality with religion. but I won't do that because yeah, all the religions which I studied, I didn't study all, but whatever religions I studied, I found one thing, that principles are exactly the same. The names are different. Only the
Mm,
names are different. I mean, you won't believe, actually there are some stories which are exactly the same in Bible and some in Sanatan Dharma. Exactly the same story. For example, in Bible there is Noah's Ark and there is another ark even in the Sanatan Dharma. Exactly same story. Only the names are different. So then I said, why people are fighting? Because I see everything is exactly the same, and just apply these principles and you will have really fulfilling life, means totally flourishing life. And that is what I learned. And it's very, many times people think you are spiritual, that means you abandon everything and go to forest. And I think it is not like that. It is better to have the balance of materialism and spirituality, because you are on this earth, you came here to experience great things. Because now, for example, we want to explore all the great places God has created, and that is, for that means of course I need money, because I cannot go to means basically any airline company and I say, because I'm studying spirituality, give me a free ticket. They are not going to do that. They say, okay, give me money. So there has to be balance. And so means it's not like that just because you are spiritual, that means you don't own anything. But it's, there is a proper balance and you can have a really great life. And it's really, and I actually, I'm just going on because it is so interesting, because Steve Jobs last write-up was full of regrets.
mm,
And at the end he was giving away all the books into spirituality, and his write-up was full of regrets. He said, people think I'm so successful, I'm a billionaire and this and that, but he said, I didn't even continue my hobbies, I didn't have friends, I didn't have life, nothing. And now I'm here on the sick bed. The only thing, uh, I can trade everything except the sick bed. And he said, and then it was full of regrets. So then I said, okay, means he's a billionaire and he's actually top in his industry. His write up is full of regrets. So at least I'm serving entrepreneurs, small business owners, solopreneurs. So they shouldn't have their write up with regrets. So that's what. So everybody should have fulfilled life and blessed life, and it's really amazing. It is really amazing.
oh man, well, there's so many things to touch on. I mean, like as you started with your story, your love story, technically, right? Um, I mean that's amazing. I actually we've had another couple or another gentleman that came and talked about arranged marriages and whatnot. And I mean the way that I look at things going in these days, man, maybe everybody needs to do the arranged marriages. Maybe it will go better. I hear they're more successful. Now I'm happily married, but I guess what you said, I guess a love marriage or whatever the case may be. But still, like I just look around and the observations. Now who knows? I mean everybody might not trust their family to make that decision for them.
No, no, my
But
both girls actually, they chose their own boyfriends.
oh,
And and yeah, they both kids are really good, and I love their families also. So they chose their boyfriends. Actually, they were in their schools and colleges itself. So yeah, and we really feel everyone is on their own journey. We cannot just, yeah. So
it's true.
yeah, my family back home in India, and so they would send alliances for my daughters and all. I say no, it's their life. They let them choose whatever. And when they come and tell me, "Mommy, choose a partner for me," I will do that. Otherwise, I'm not going to force my opinions on them, because I have some friends actually from Afghanistan, and they had boyfriends over here, and their family forced them to marry someone from Afghanistan.
Mm,
And the guy who came from Afghanistan actually means basically was a really crook, and her
mm,
life is totally spoiled. And it's not just one case; it's actually three cases I know of. And so it's not. I think everyone is on their own journey.
yeah.
Every soul, you should just respect their decisions. And yeah.
Mm. Well, I mean, it's always interesting to like hear, different ways of doing things and whatnot. So, I mean, thank you for sharing about your journey and everything. And look, hi to your husband. Hello. But so yeah, well, how many years have y'all been together now at this point? I'm just curious. How
Sorry.
many how many years of marriage?
Oh, we are married for 35 years.
Wow,
Oh,
look
yeah.
close.
Yeah. 35 years. And so actually, someone, once actually I was in the yoga class, and so they were talking, and I said, yeah, 35 years. And so then one lady asked me, with the same husband? I say, yeah, yeah, with the same husband. Because she said, I'm also married for 35 years, but I had three husbands. I said, okay. I said, no, that is not my case. Just with the
Um,
same husband, it's perfectly, yeah, fine and going on good. Yeah.
good. I'm glad yours was a success, man. But I mean, okay, let's get to the business. Let's get to the business because you said you was kind of hesitant to get into entrepreneurship or to be around it and things of that nature, but ultimately you found yourself in it. I don't know if I would say I'm a stay-at-home mom, but especially since the pandemic, things have definitely shifted for me the way I do quote unquote work. So I was doing a lot of just like you said, side hustle things from home. Once the pandemic hit, and I had just become a mom at that point as well. Um, so I was already kind of transitioning out of the job that I was doing before the pandemic hit, right? And then now I technically work part time at the church that I go to, but outside of that, I'm just doing my things online and then just only doing that, and so that leaves me the free time to do things like homeschooling our son and
How
things like
many how many
that.
kids do you have?
I only have one. I only have
Okay.
one.
How old is he?
Yeah, he's six. He's six,
Oh,
and
cute. This is really cute age. They grow up
yeah,
so fast. Oh my goodness.
yes, I might have to let you meet him afterwards because yeah. So we're pretty much doing like a virtual public school situation, which is like I said, it's a new thing, I guess, or it's new for me because it wasn't the way I went to school growing up. But there's things about it that, again, with me being able to be his learning coach and stuff like that, I'm appreciating it. It can get frustrating because he's a little boy, he be trying it and stuff like that. But um I guess I bring it up to say like, I see that you said that, you were finding yourself in a situation where you wanted to be able to work from home or to have a business or have some more income, things of that nature. And that's what worked for you to be able to be with your family as well as work. Um, which I know a lot of people, some people look down on the quote unquote home, well, maker or woman person at home type of thing. And I don't necessarily consider myself to be that per se, but at the same time, maybe I am because I have the free time to, like I said, be my son's learning coach and all that type of stuff. And so, um, what would you say? I mean, I know you had circumstances that kind of helped you shift your mindset about entrepreneurship and understanding like, okay, it's not the money that's the problem, it's the person and all that is great wisdom that you received. But like, what was it that you say that kind of helped you to get that mindset and then to say, you know what, I need like start your side hustles or to get to the business that you have today?
My current business is different from my previous businesses because my current business. Okay, I have another story. Yeah. Just before pandemic, I was totally bedridden. I was totally bedridden. I couldn't move. I couldn't walk. I couldn't take a step. I was totally
Mhm.
bedridden, and doctors told me to go for spinal surgery. And I was totally against it. It's just like a tour is human, and if they do one mistake with my spine, I will be bedridden whole life. So I
Mm,
said, no, I don't want to. It's not like that I don't trust medical industry, but I just didn't want to take a chance because that is a very critical, delicate area.
mhm,
So I got into uh, alternate care. Me, I didn't, and they also didn't guarantee because here they say, okay, we'll do this, we'll put some stuff into your spine, and so that will increase the space, and you'll be able to walk and all. But and here alternate care, they say we cannot guarantee, but and it will be very slow process. I say, okay, that's perfectly fine. But what I did, every morning I got up, I drenched myself into only the positive talk or spiritual related talk. I also every morning I got up and I watched the movie called The Secret. You must have heard it.
Right.
It's mainly the law of attraction and all that. So and I cut myself from social and family. Basically, it's not like that I just told them my back hurts, but I didn't tell them any details, because if they had known that okay, I was totally bedridden, then sometimes they will say, oh my goodness, you will never be able to walk and this, and I know about
Mhm.
this case and that case. I didn't want to hear any negative, so I just kept it to just me and my family. Only me and my two kids and husband, only four of us knew.
Mm,
And at the end of the year I was totally recovered. It was a near death experience, means you cannot even take a step and you are bedridden and all. And so I felt it was a bonus life I got.
mm,
And when you have a near death experience, I think your priority change.
mm.
And I really wanted, I say okay, remember, do you know the story of Nobel Prize?
I don't know no, not the story, but I've
Okay,
heard of
okay.
it though,
So
or the
actually,
prize itself.
yeah, there was a false news came into paper that he was dead or something like that, and they wrote about him that he created bombs, and he that was so bad for the world and all that. And he said, oh my goodness, he read that and he said, when I leave this earth, I don't want people to have that impression about me. I want to do something constructive and I want to live. And then he started Nobel Prize for peace and all other things and all, because he had that near death experience. So in my case also,
Mm,
means when I had that experience, I felt okay. Till now I was just basically I was studying spirituality, but still whatever action I was taking, it was only to better my family, means basically okay, make more income so that my kids can go to good school, good colleges, and so that I can have better house. Everything was actually around me, what my goals are and all, or my family. I
mm,
didn't see anything beyond that. But after this near death experience, my focus changed. I said okay, no, when I leave this world, I just want this world to be little better, because I lived on this earth. And
mm,
there are many causes, no doubt about it. I could have chosen any causes, but I really chose the cause of helping solopreneurs, because solopreneurs are understood only by other solopreneurs. If they're friends and family, if they're not solopreneur, they are never understood by them. For example, see, you have any appointment on Saturday afternoon, your friends are going for party, and you say, no, no, I have appointment. They won't understand. Why do you have
mm,
appointment Saturday afternoon? Or
mm,
if you are in your home office 8 o'clock p.m., and if you are doing something, yeah, your spouse may come and ask, why are you working right now? You won't be able to tell, even if you want to say that okay, I'm doing it just because so that you will have more choices in your life, but you can't tell that, because
mm,
for first few years you really don't have something to show for. So I said okay, I would start helping solopreneur, because most entrepreneurs don't see second year in their business. Those who see second year, they don't see fifth year, many of them. Many
mm,
solopreneurs quit their business before launching their first product. I saw all this trend, and I'm really thankful that I could survive in my business for so long, and it has been really good. So I said, no, it is my time to give back. So
mm,
then I started blogging, because I thought blog is the best way I can help provide free resources. So I
mm,
started blogging. My blog started taking immediate traction, lots of traction. People loved my blogs. My blogs are generally based on spirituality and entrepreneurship. So then people say, we love your blogs, we don't have time to read, why don't you start podcasts? So I started podcasting. They said they wanted YouTube channel, so I started YouTube. And this was far from my interest, because I always had that like a complex that, oh, okay, I'm from another country and I have accent, people may not be able to understand me and all. So I didn't want to talk to anybody, I didn't want to show my face on YouTube. But hey,
Mm,
people wanted it. I said, okay, as far as I can add value to their life, I can start doing that. And then just saw wherever they are struggling, and I just created offers accordingly. For example, my current business is totally based on feedback and what their needs are. For
mm,
example, in my community, I saw people spending 6 months in creating lead magnet, and that is actually like a 1 day's work or just
mm,
couple of hours work. It shouldn't take 6 months to create lead magnet, but people suffer that. I also saw when I started designing digital products, it became very easy for me. I love to create. I'm artist at heart, and I have technology background, so creating digital products was very easy. But I saw people spending 3 years in creating one e-course and all. So I
mm,
said, okay, let me just help them, give some foundation so that they have some basis, and then they can start, uh, they can put their magic, they can sprinkle whatever brand wise they want to put, and then they can do that. So then I created all my offers based on that. Now I'm really so thankful that now my some of my offers, some of my students actually they made like $4,000 in their
mm,
first week, because I have that package also. If you don't want to create your own products, you take my master resell right package, and if you have subscriber base, just share with them. And they really created creative, irresistible ideas, and
mm,
that is how they created offers, and they created 4K in first week. Because many times they say, oh, digital business, okay, if you want to see real money, you have to be at least 3 years in the business. But now I'm really happy that okay, these offerings are changing people's lives and they can see money in their first week. So
mm,
can I promise to everyone? No, because the person who got 4K in first week, she had established subscriber list. She
mm,
just took my package, and we just brainstorm and she shared it. But yeah, means you can make in 1 week, but you shouldn't be waiting for months and years. Maximum time it can take 1 month or maximum 3 months.
right.
Beyond that means it shouldn't take, because if you follow our roadmap, you can make that much of money. So that is the launch. You can do quick launch for your digital products. And when you want to scale, I also have a mastermind where you can sell your digital products using collaborations. And some people actually, they love to get into business, and they don't want to do sales and marketing. They love to create, they're passionate about creating, but they don't want to do sales and marketing. So for them we have option that okay, if you don't want to do sales and marketing, we have affiliate army. And
Mm,
you can just give them nominal commission, and they will sell your digital products all over the world. So now affiliate army actually, they are they are spread all over like 200 countries.
mm,
So then you can just focus on what you love to do. You and someone else is taking care of your sales and marketing and creating win-win situation. So every
mm,
transaction, just make sure as far as you are creating win-win situation, it's perfectly fine. Because that is the thing also. When I quit my pharmacy, that is the thing, because whatever situation I was creating, it was not win-win. Let me tell you one story. What was happening? I was doing PhD in pharmacology, and we were studying drugs. And I asked my guide, these drugs, only first couple of paragraphs are for the usage, and after that, pages and pages for counter reaction. I said, why do we have these drugs? So, what my guide said, these drugs are designed only for emergency. They are not designed for long term use.
mm,
And then I was working for a really, really big pharma. It's really big pharma. Still, it is a really big one. And I was into their R&D department. And every time I went for the meeting, the topic was how to put someone on their drug and make sure that they take drug lifelong.
right.
And then I thought it is a really misconnect, because we want to heal people, we want to go for their root cause, and it's not like that we want them to be taking our drugs because we can put money in our pocket. That was
Mm,
not a win-win situation. So So I really felt, oh, okay, I want to make money, but I don't want to make money this way. So when I had a chance to leave pharmacy, I left it just like that, because I said, I know, means, see, um, change will happen. Of course, it won't last forever. The situation won't be like that, because people are now becoming aware about how prevention is better than cure, and all. People are becoming aware. But just as a one human being, I thought it was really out of my reach to change the whole system. And so any transaction, if you are creating win-win situation, you shouldn't hesitate in sharing that. For example, I just want to tell people, they have so much of hesitation in sharing their offers. Now, for example, if you have an offer, and you have put value worth of $5,000, and if you set the price for $2,000, you shouldn't, hesitate in sharing that, because you are charging way less than what is the value over there in that package.
Mm,
So there shouldn't be any hesitation. You are not taking advantage of anyone, because you are creating something which you are good at, and
mhm,
other
mhm,
people may not be good at that, so they are willing to pay for that. And
mhm,
also, I also realize that when people, there is some energy exchange, people take action and the transformation happens. Because
mhm,
when I was providing all the free resources, it was what was happening. People put it on the shelf, and then they say, okay, I will get back to it later, because
mhm,
there was no energy exchange.
mhm,
Then nobody pays attention, and only when you pay attention, when you pay resources, that time only the results and transformation is possible. See, anything means, if without any attention, without any resources invested, weed is natural or negative is natural. But if you want to achieve something really positive, constructive in your life, there has to be, some energy exchange, and there has to be, means, basically, attention invested, time invested, resources invested. Then only
mhm.
that is possible. It doesn't happen by osmosis. Any good thing doesn't happen osmosis. You have to put time, money, effort, everything into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's making an investment in yourself,
Yeah.
and things of that nature. Like, I mean, well, I commend you. I commend you for, I guess, like they say, turning the lemons into lemonade, making your way to, and then not even just for your own gain, but to help others. I was taking, I guess, work with a business coach at one point and whatnot, and he would be sharing some of the same things that you're sharing, this wisdom that you shared today about, you know, charging and the exchange and what it's like when you're just giving it away versus when you're actually putting the numbers to it, things of that nature. And yeah, I mean, and yeah, thank you for sharing your miracle story as well. Like, I'm glad to hear that, you are healed. I mean, I saw you walk earlier, you know what I'm saying? So, so to God be the glory for
Oh,
that,
no, it is perfectly fine. Yeah.
and so that's amazing as well. Well, you didn't tell us about the name of the business and how can we get in touch with you and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah. Actually, my name of the business is New Beginning, and new is spelled a new beginning, because I really feel it is a new beginning for anyone who can
Mhm,
be, and it's always a new beginning, and it's giving hope to solopreneurs, entrepreneurs. So, and depending on whichever area they need help, means the help is possible and available. And if we cannot provide, then we have a community. Actually, I also have a free community where people can join as a joint venture. And if you are looking for any kind of help, free help is also available. And the difference between free community and paid community is just, paid community means I'm available on one-on-one basis, and you can reach me so on weekly basis, because I have various sessions going on weekly basis, so people can come and contact me directly. But even in the free community, you can always put a request, and people will be willing to come and help you. And various, I have a course also called 27 ways to collaborate, so we can just help each other out and borrow other people's audiences and grow each other's business. So all those things. So newbeginning.com is my main platform, but I also I'm designing another site, soupads.com, and that is mainly about my podcast, and I'm writing books based on spirituality and entrepreneurship. So so my so that site is under construction, but it will be up very soon. And I'm active on, yes, social media platforms, like I'm on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn you will have to look for me by my real name. My real name is really long, like a Sumedha Patwardhan, because
Mm,
I got verified on LinkedIn. And so Sue Pats is my nickname, and my
mm,
husband was over here. Everyone was calling him Pats, so I just continued with Pats and reduced to Sue. So
mm.
LinkedIn, if you're looking for me, yeah, you have to look for my with my real full name, Sumedha Patwardhan, because I got verified with my real name over there. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, I
I,
have various YouTube channels under New Beginning. So yeah, so same NU Beginning, and so I have various business channels. I think two, three business channels and one travel channel. So, but they are all permutations and combinations of soup ads and New Beginning, something like that. So if you look for that, yeah, you should be able to find me.
well, look, you've come a long way from the I didn't want to do this to having these multi streams with your business when it comes to you got the podcast, the YouTube, the blog, the business. So it sounds like you got a lot of great things going on, and I just pray that you're able to continue to do the work that you're doing. Helping others, achieve their goals, and it seems like in a timely fashion and things of that nature. Is there anything else you want to share with us before you go?
I want to ask you, I want to know more about you. I want to know more about your offers. And I just want to say, yeah, means your community that, yeah, they are blessed to have you.
Um,
You are really doing great job, but I want to know more details because I went on your profile. I got some ideas, but yeah, I want to know more about you. Please don't hesitate. Tell me more about yourself and your offers.
okay, yeah, yeah. Well, online or off? 'Cause I don't know. I think the audience they be like, oh, here she is.
No,
Well,
I'm asking you.
okay, okay. Well, I go. So, but basically, the main things right now is obviously the GSL channel, the YouTube channel. It's under God, Sex, and Love. Um, and there's so many different shows under it, but this obviously is the GSL talk show that you're on right now. And that has a whole story behind it. The inspiration at the start of that was me and my single days. And me, just asking the Lord, where's my husband then, Lord? I know I'm supposed to be waiting for marriage and all the things. And I was like, but knowing what I wanted as a single woman and stuff like that, and it just was tough. And I'm like trying to be good and all that type of stuff. So I'm just really seeking the Lord at that time. And there's a lot of things that led me to do this particular platform, but I would say it ultimately was just seeing a gap. It was just seeing that conversations with Christians and especially regarding relationships and sex and all that type of stuff, it just wasn't what I needed to hear and see as a single woman. Like, for example, the Christian conversations would only go so far, so I couldn't really relate because I feel like I'm the only one over here that's like horny and single and trying to figure out what to do. Because I'm like everybody else online was talking like, oh, just give it a guy, and they weren't being real. I feel like they weren't being like real about everything. But then on the flip side, people would have the conversations in the secular world, right? But they're not telling me what I need to hear as a believer. So that ultimately I ended up just getting on YouTube and just starting to just talk on my other channel. And just be honest about, hey, I'm single, I'm Christian, I'm horny, I'm trying to figure it out, y'all. If you're out there too, you're not alone. And that's kind of how I got started with being on YouTube. And ultimately, I came up with this concept of God, Sex, and Love because when I end those first few episodes of me saying or sharing all of that on the other channel, I said that, I was honest that, hey, if I'm not thinking about something in particular or having a particular conversation, I'm either thinking about God, sex, or my career. And I'm like, I'm always thinking about those things and it's frustrating and all that type of stuff. So I was sharing all of that. And so ultimately, that's what led to the name God, Sex, and Love because eventually I separated sex and love because I think I was thinking of both of them at the same time, and I was equating, sex and love together. But eventually I kind of separated them, and that's where the name comes from. But now actually we're really close to 5 years here on the GSL platform, so that's a blessing. That's coming up around the corner real soon, and I got like a little international dream team now where people, in other countries are helping me to, keep this thing going and flowing. And I've been able to publish, some of my books, and it's been a lot of good, cool things happening. I put a movie out, and hopefully more to come. And yeah, hopefully soon I get back, some more music out because I have some music out, but I'm working on some other things. So a project that's definitely really special to me. I'm working
See,
on.
look how multi-talented you are. Look at you.
What's
Yeah,
that?
that is so great. Yeah. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
telling me,
so,
but look at you, how multi-talented you are. It is really
oh,
amazing. Yeah.
I mean, well, to God be the glory, man. At the end of the day, I just am somebody that I just want to just use my talents. You know what I mean? I want to just use my gifts, and now I'm being more intentional about using my gifts for the Lord. But over the years, I would just say that I just want to be able to use the gifts that I feel like God's given me, and now with GSL as well as working at the church and all these different things, I feel like I'm walking in my purpose more than ever, being a wife, being a mom, and doing those things. And so, and here we are today because of a step of faith back in 2020.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm glad to have had this conversation with you and have to have met you. And you're definitely welcome to come back
Sure. Thank
anytime.
you. And I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you. It's a blessing. Thank you.
No problem, no problem.
Wishing I would have a one night affair.
Thank you so much for watching the GSL Talk Show, and thank you to Miss Sue for joining us tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And if you are a solopreneur, check out Miss Sue and the rest of her endeavors. Have a good night.